Namaskar, I'm Dr. Suman Agarwal, from the chairperson from Rich Harvest Public School, which is based in Jalandhar. I took this school, in fact I was made to sit on this chair on 1st of June 2007. Now, you don't immediately get to know what's happening, what's behind the scenes, what is it. You have to literally get into it. To know the system, you have to be a part of the system, right? And the point over here is that yes, at that time I had an edge, that I literally got 1.5 months because the school was in summer vacations, and when we purchased the school, my brother Anil Mittal, he purchased the school and he made me sit on this chair. Now, having said this, I got 1 month and 15 days to go through the files, whatever the files were. This school is affiliated with Punjab School Education Board. Now, the strength of the school was somewhere around 325 to 350, not more than that. I don't really believe in quantity. I believe in quality. Now, the qualitative education which should be given when I took the interview of the existing teachers, the teachers who already were serving, the resignation letters were there on my desktop, which the previous owner had taken. And she had told that whomsoever you want to keep over here, you keep, otherwise you let them go. And so the resignation letters, once they were there, but I literally wanted to interview them all over again to see that yes, whether they could be an asset to the school, right? They were serving for 15 years, some of them were serving for 18 years, some of them were serving for even 20 years, some of them were serving for 10 years, for a decade. Now, I did not want to kick them off like that without having a word with them. Then once I started interviewing the teachers, there were like 30 teachers in all. One-to-one interview when I took, I found that the GK teacher, like the general knowledge teacher who's been serving over there, who was serving for 20 years. 20 years is definitely not a small period. I asked who was the first president of independent India, and she came up with Zakir Hussain. She didn't say Dr. Rajendra Prasad. I was like taken aback. I asked to the social studies teacher, when did the First World War take place? When did the Second World War take place? It was like 1947. My God, I was like, God, I literally have to do a lot of work over here. But then, whenever challenges come through, I believe that you should not run away from the situation. And as and when, I was as and when the things progressed, as in terms of interview. Now, this is the first time, the first thing I'm stating. So what happened was that I found that no teacher was worth teaching. But then, you can always give them a second chance. You can groom them up. You can, if you put in hard efforts, definitely the things, for 20 years they were serving, for 10 years they were serving, for 8 years they were serving. Why? On what basis were they serving? And what kind of an education was being imparted to the students over here? Now that became a big question mark to me. I said, let the school open and let me, have an interaction with the students too. What is the scenario in nutshell? On 16th of July 2007, when the school opened, and I found the students in the assembly, and they were speaking Punjabi. Though it is an English medium school, but Punjabi Punjabi is a mother tongue. We are staying in Punjab state, we should know the 3 languages, where we are staying, that is, in whichever state we are staying. And Punjabi being their mother tongue, they were very, very fluent in that. Now, national languages, Hindi. They couldn't speak Hindi. And international language is English, which is must. And this school was established in 1984 according to the papers. So, and 2007. Those students, they were studying over here in the school from nursery, and till 10th they were studying. None of them could speak in English. None of them even could understand me, what I'm saying, what I'm trying to communicate. So I felt that no, I have to switch over to Punjabi instead of, because immediately overnight you cannot do anything. Immediately the changes cannot come up. So then to understand those things, to build up a communication, so definitely I, started in my own language, Punjabi. Even my mother tongue is Punjabi. Then gradually I started building up the rapport, started sitting with the teachers in the staff room during the recess period, started knowing them. But there was a lot of interference of the goons. There was a lot of interference of the pradhans, of the politicians. I wouldn't like to name the place which is close by, and which is close by to the school. So they were like creating a lot of problems, hell lot of problems. And then gradually I built up the system that why the pradhans are coming. What pradhans have to do with all this, with the school? School is a temple of knowledge, not an area where it's a political setup. For heaven's sake, it's not a political setup. The politics, let the politicians do their work. They're running the country, it's good. Let the pradhans do their work. They're doing their work. But the school is run by the teachers. The school is run by the principal. The school is not run by the pradhans. Now, that was something which I communicated the message, but then I passed through a lot of storms, but then it seemed like for 12 hours I used to be here, from 7 to 7, morning 7 till 7 o'clock in the evening. I literally was working out on that, how to create, first of all, an atmosphere where how I have to, build up that confidence in teachers and amongst the students that yes, over here we are for qualitative education, plus we are over here to get your talent also out. That yes, what are you? What talent do you have? We are over here to make you an all-rounder. Not bookworms alone, but all-rounder. And for this, I'm stating, I reiterate again, that qualitative education is must. And since then, qualitative education has been providing, has been the key factor rather, and which we have been providing over here. My staff has been providing, and the netas, the pradhans, the politicians, they don't come over here. And but let me reiterate once again, it's not an overnight task. It was not an overnight task for me. Nothing happens in a flicker of a second. Everything takes its time, but then you don't have to give up. It develops with passion, it develops with interest, it develops with dedication. If you are dedicated, nothing can stop you. I will say this, being a literature student, having done my PhD, I will say this, that yes, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. And yes, this is the quote from Robert Frost, the poet Robert Frost. Now, having said this, I think the speech is going. I have to say so much, so much, so much, so much. This is not a speech. These are my inner words. I'm pained. Even now, I'm pained that the teachers who are serving over here, it seems like they have bought degrees. Why? Because they are not giving the input. They're saying that they come up with some sort of statements which really feels that, okay, our generation, what will our generation do? What is the future? What is the future of India? The future of India is our generation, present generation. What is this present generation going to do if there is no education? Mr. Modi, our Honorable Prime Minister, has said time and again that education is must. Education is must. Girl education is must. But are we really giving that? I throw this question to whosoever is listening to me. No, education is not being imparted anywhere. This is what I have done the survey. And yes, but I will say this, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? I end up on this optimistic note that yes, the sun ray will shine and it will cast its rays. The education is the only thing which will take our India up. Our children will not go abroad to study. Our children will study over here in our country alone. But only if all of us get together, if the teachers really become teachers, not for salary, but, they too have a responsibility. They take it up as a responsibility. मैं ਇਹ वाली गल दे नाल ਇਹ वाला नोट हुण खत्म कर दी हां क्योंकि जिन्ना बोलूंगी उन्ना घट है और तुसी लोग मेरे तो कोई भी क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हो कुछ भी कर सकते हो और पर टाइम लिमिट है इस करके मैनू इस टाइम माफ करियो मैनू बंद करना पै रही है एक चीज पर मैं कुछ कह नहीं पाई क्योंकि कहने वास्ते बथेरा कुछ है मेरे अथरू बहते हैं क्योंकि ये बच्चों की जिंदगी जी है नशे दे विच घूमती पई है अंधेरी गलियां दे विच घूमते पे हैं अंधेरी गलियों में घूम रहे हैं उनको बाहर निकालना किसका फर्ज है पहले नशा आता कहां से है उसके लिए कोई जवाब नहीं किसी के पास में ड्रग्स कहां से आया है वो रिहैबिलिटेशन सेंटर भेजना उनको वो नहीं पर जड़ पे जाएं सीड पे जाएं वी शुड गो ऑन टू द सीड ओके थैंक यू वेरी मच गॉड ब्लेस टेक केयर लेट्स all unite together for this generation to build up a new India. Thank you very much. Namaskar.